Well, here we are, everybody. Um, this is the Friday Support Call. I'm Stephen Carlson. On screen with us here is Rhonda Hunt, and she is a certified family therapist. Rhonda, it's your call. I thank you for stepping up, and I hand over the microphone.
Okay, thank you, Stephen.
Mhm.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Friday morning. Well, it's morning here in California anyway. The Friday support call. And it's so nice to have you here. It's so nice for you to participate in our community. You make the community, and so it's wonderful that you're here. So I am here to offer up questions, a forum for you to ask questions, get sharing, to share or get assistance. And I'll do that in just a minute. First, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I see a few new faces, at least to me. You might not be new to the community, but you're new to me, and I might be new to you. As Stephen said, I am a licensed marriage and family therapist in the state of California. So California is where I work and live. And I am recently newly certified as a Sedona Method coach. I was just mentored by Hale Dwoskin and went through an 18-month mentoring program and was recently certified. So I'm super happy and excited about that and to be here and to use the Sedona method with you today. Before I open up the floor, I just thought I'd talk about and do a group release on happiness. I've been reading, actually, I've read it before, but it's been a while. So I've been rereading Lester and Hale's book called Happiness is Free, and it's easier than you think. And I just, it's really refreshing. I highly recommend it if anybody likes to read. And I think you can find it on the Sedona Method website. Um, Many of you probably know Lester's story, but I don't know. I feel like we all like to talk about Lester. So I just thought I'd remind you about Lester's story. If you recall, Lester was sent home to die. He had two coronaries, and his doctors basically sent him home to die. He had a lot of other medical issues as well. And in that space, he decided to reflect back on his life and work out why he was rarely happy. Those were his words. And as he searched his memories, he recognized that he was most happy, in fact, the happiest, when it was he that was loving, not when he was being loved, but that when he loved. And he came to the conclusion that happiness equaled to his capacity to love. And so basically, happiness and love are one. And happiness and love are your true nature. This is what Lester discovered. And so, with this insight, Lester decided to look back at his unhappy memories one at a time. And so, if you've read anything about Lester, I'm sure you all have, but if not, that's okay too. He did go through this process of a 3-month process where he was just turned inward and was looking at his life. And so he decided to look at all the unhappy memories one at a time, and he decided to love each one. And by loving each one, he noticed it caused any suppressed emotion around the memory to be released. And this is sort of the germination of the Sedona method, right? This is where he began to come up with the process that we practice today. And he called this squaring with love, which is what we're going to do today as best we can with the things that are on our heart and mind to release. So that being said, let me I'll do a group release and we're going to square with love. And we can use a memory as Lester did. If there's a memory that still arises in your awareness that bothers you, if it doesn't feel like you're accepting it with love, then I recommend to bring that memory up now in your awareness. But, if there's just something happening now in your life, any situation, person, place, or thing that you would like it to be different, bring that up and we will release on that. All right, so I'll start the group release now. So focus, as I said, on any situation, person, place, or thing. And hold that in your awareness. And just ask, what if even this is love? And could you welcome whatever that brings up? Welcome any resistance. Welcome any pictures, sensations, sounds, or emotions that brings up for you. Could you welcome any wanting, including any wanting to do something with or about this? And could you welcome any sense that this is personal about you and who you are? Could you welcome the love that all is? And could you rest as the love that you are? And could you, as best as you can, give loving acceptance to this situation, person, place, or thing? And is there actually anyone here you can find who is apart, separate, that is, from the one love? We'll do another round of this. So you can think of the same situation, person, place, or thing, or you can go with something different. So just focus on any situation, person, place, or thing from the past or the present that you would like to be different. What if even this is love? Could you welcome whatever that brings up? Could you welcome any wanting, including any wanting to do something with or about this? And could you welcome any sense that is personal about you or who you are? Could you welcome the love that all is? could you rest as the love that you are? And could you, as best you can, give loving acceptance to this situation, person, place, or thing? And could you give loving acceptance to yourself as you process this situation, person, place, or thing? Let's do one more round. And for this next round, I want you to, as best you can, drop into your heart and answer these questions from your heart. And also just notice whatever emotions you might be experiencing. You don't have to do anything with or about the emotions. Just acknowledge and notice as they arise. All right, so focus on any situation, person, place, or thing from your memory or from now, what's happening in your life currently. And what if, just what if even this is love? Could you welcome whatever emotion that brings up? Could you welcome any wanting, including in any wanting to do something with or about this? And could you welcome any sense that is personal about you or who you are? Could you welcome the love that all is? Could you rest as the love that all is? And could you, as best you can, give loving acceptance to whatever situation, person, place, or thing you started with? And is there actually anyone here you can find who is apart from the one love? I'm going to ask that in a slightly different way. Is there actually anyone or anything, any situation, person, place, or thing you can find which is apart from the one love? Okay. So that is the group release. And I see there are some hands up. So I do now open the platform up for any questions, sharing, or assistance.
I see Romy had her hand up first.
Okay, great. Hi, Rami.
Hi, Rhonda. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Thank you for this intro. It was wonderful. I really loved it.
Good.
And congratulations on your certification.
Thank
I'm
you.
happy for you. Yeah. And I would like to work on my business. For the past few months, I was in a situation that my business stagnated because of the circumstances. And I would like to work on opening up more to the flow to the beingness, to take the lead, not just to figure out with my mind, but just surrender, yeah, and be open to the ideas and whatever I need to do, whatever you seem it will be best, yeah,
Okay,
to guide me through. Thank you.
sure. And so I'm going to work directly with you so you can answer when I ask the questions.
Okay.
And then, everyone will follow along, of course, and I'm sure it'll be helpful for everyone wherever
Yeah.
they're feeling stagnant in their life, right? But let's talk about your business for just a minute. You don't have to tell me anything about it, but what I want you to do is think about your business. Think about the fact that your business is, you said, stagnant. And tell me, like, what comes up when you think about your business? What feelings, what comes up for you? What do you contract around? What are you closing around?
More resistance, because I feel kind of I'm way behind. I have some projects I started to work on and then I stopped, and I want to work on them, but I don't find the motivation, or I start to procrastinate, or distractions come. So it's like I know the timing is right, but it's like I don't know where to start, maybe because it's so much to do and it's overwhelming at one point to, where to start. Yeah. I was trying to figure it
Okay.
out, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. And actually, I'm going to circle back around to that, where to start. But first, I want to do a release with you on the resistance.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So let me ask you this though, Rami. What would you rather be experiencing? What's the positive opposite to resistance for you? It might be different for someone else, but what is it for you?
Joy, fun in business.
Okay. I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go with joy and fun.
Yes.
All right. So just for now, in this moment, could you welcome the resistance you're experiencing as much as you do?
Yes.
Good. And then could you welcome a sense when you think about your business, welcome that sense of joy and fun as best as you can?
Yes.
Okay, and then let's go to the other side and welcome the resistance. Could you welcome the resistance as much as you do?
Yes.
And could you welcome the joy and fun as best as you can?
Yes.
And then could you welcome the resistance as much as you do?
Yes.
And could you welcome the joy and fun as best as you can?
Yes.
And, let's just do what Lester did. Could you just love the resistance in all its glory as much as you can?
Yeah.
And could you love yourself as you experience this resistance as best as you can.
Yeah.
Could you let go of wanting to judge yourself for having resistance?
Yes.
Good. And could you welcome or rest as the love that you are?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's here now?
The energy is still moving, but it's resistance is gone.
Okay,
Yeah. And it's more joyful. Yeah.
okay,
More fun to think about business. Yeah.
yeah, good. Okay, but okay, that's great. And I want to go back to where you were saying you're just not sure like what to do next or which direction to go. So I'll just do a short process that Hale recommends when there's like not clarity or you're feeling stuck. So let me ask you this, Rami, what is the very simplest action you think you could take in regards to your business?
Just start with
Just act.
yeah, just sit down and start. And
Okay.
yeah,
And what is just one thing you can start?
what comes to my mind that I can put on the paper, what the ideas, what I can do.
Okay, great. All right. So when you think about just starting and putting down your ideas on paper for what you need to do, which want are you most aware of? Wanting approval, control, security, separation, or oneness?
Wanting control and wanting separation.
Okay, so could you let go of wanting control and wanting separation?
Yes.
Good. All right. So I'm going to ask you again. So what is something else very simple that you could do to take action about your business? What is a simple action step you could take? The simplest one you can think of.
I'm blank. I don't have the idea.
Okay. So could you just welcome that blank experience that you're having right now? And could you love it? Could you give it loving acceptance?
Yes.
And could you love yourself having that blank experience?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, let me ask you one more time and just see whatever comes to mind, or nothing might come to mind. What is something else you could do to take a simple action step towards your business?
What comes to mind is I've been playing with the idea to launch a project, to just launch it, because I don't need to prepare. I'm ready. So it's just, the less I think, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, just surrender and go, yeah, with what comes up, and yeah.
Okay. So what would entail in launching it? Would an email go out? Would something on social media go out? What would that look like?
Yeah, social media, email, and also on the website, I have to prepare. I have to write it, what this is about. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Great. So when you think about launching the project and sending out an email, what want is arising? Approval, control, security, separation, or oneness?
Wanting control, wanting separation.
Could you welcome wanting control?
Yes.
And could you welcome wanting separation?
No.
Okay, no problem. Could you let go of wanting control?
Yes.
Could you let go of wanting separation?
Yes.
Good. All right. So in terms of writing ideas down on paper, posting something on social media, writing an email, or posting something on your website, which one sounds the most appealing to you?
Website, and then everything else, yeah,
Okay.
follows. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about dealing with your website today?
There's more lightness and more excitement present.
Okay.
So yeah, I feel like the time is now. Yeah, that it's not a burden like it was before. Like, what else? What I have to do? It's like more this excitement. Yeah, what else can I? What can flow through me now? So I can share with the world. Yeah. So thank you very
Awesome,
much.
Rami. You're
Yeah.
welcome. That
Yeah.
sounds exciting.
Yeah.
That sounds like joy and fun.
Yes, absolutely. So
Okay.
thank you very much.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Thank you, Rami. Hello, Bobby.
Hello, Rhonda, and thank you,
Hi.
Rami, for your topic. Because that was one of my intentions too, is to release on a new, fun, joyful business endeavor, and I've been releasing on that, and the gain has been I've been moving into action, and a lot of it is just the support, and like you said before, we make up the community. It's just like the loving support of really just loving and working through resistance at every level.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I
Rhonda,
love your shirt, by the way. How appropriate is
I
that?
know. It's so beautiful. I know. It's great. So in saying that, I'm like, what else is present? And thanks for your intro. I always love when you bring Lester to the table, and
Yeah.
squaring all with love. Geez, easier said than done, but maybe not. What if this is love too, right?
Yeah.
And then the other piece is really a big, deep bow to you and Stephen for completing the mentorship, and the level of commitment that it takes to really, go through your training. It's just amazing. So congratulations on becoming a certified coach. It's just great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much.
It's super cool. Okay, I have this loving, amazing relationship with my guy, and it just keeps
Okay.
coming up to feel freer about that.
Okay.
you know, specifically really allowing others to be who they are because they are the way they are. So I just
Yeah.
noticed if there's some kind of like conflict energy or anything, it's really just about wanting to change.
Mm.
You know, so a little more relationship flow, please.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So could you just picture your person, your guy,
Yeah.
and could you just welcome whatever is coming up around that relationship? Whatever pictures, whatever sounds, whatever sensations, whatever emotions are here, could you just allow them to be here now?
Yes.
And what is here now?
Combination of like a gratitude holdback energy. Yeah, it's funny.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So holding back
Right.
from the gratitude. Okay. And is that hold back bringing you a sense of peace?
That's a big no.
That's what I thought. Is
Right.
is that hold back getting you in life that which you would like?
No. No.
So could you let it go?
Yes. Yes. It feels like a habit energy.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
withholding love from myself or withholding love from others. It's like some weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Would
Yeah,
you
I could
let
see
it
that now.
go?
Yeah, I
And
will.
when?
Now. Now.
Okay, good. All right. So picture your guy again and just welcome whatever comes up, any pictures, sensations, sounds, emotions, and tell me what's here now.
Something comes up like I don't pull my fair share of the weight. That's what comes up.
Okay. So could you welcome that? Judgment?
Yes, thank you.
That you said that you don't pull your fair share of the weight.
Right.
Yeah. Is that belief bringing you a sense of peace?
No, it wants to be released.
Exactly. Is that judgment or belief getting you in life that which you would like?
No.
So could you let it go?
Yes.
Would you let it go?
Yes.
When?
Now.
Awesome. Good. Okay, let's do another round. Let's keep going. I'm sure everyone can be releasing along with someone in their life as well. Okay, so picture your guy and just allow whatever else needs to come up into awareness, whatever pictures, sensations, sounds, emotions, and tell me
Mm,
what's here now.
mm. Allowing myself just to really receive how much he loves me and how he demonstrates that. There's like a little resistance. That's what comes up.
Okay. Okay, so just welcome the resistance
Yes.
and just allow that resistance to be here now.
Yes.
What would you rather experience? What's the positive opposite for you with resistance?
Mm. Lightness,
Okay.
flow, spontaneity.
Okay. So could you welcome the resistance as much as you do?
Yes.
And could you welcome lightness as best as you can?
Yes.
And could you welcome the resistance as much as you do?
Yes.
And could you welcome the flow as best as you can?
Yes.
And could you welcome resistance as much as you do?
Yes.
Could you welcome spontaneity as best as you can?
Yes.
Good. It sounds like you are.
Uh,
And could you just give yourself loving acceptance?
yes.
And could you give your guy loving acceptance?
Yes.
Could you grant him permission to be who he is?
Yes.
Could you grant yourself permission to be who you are?
Yes.
And could you rest as the love that all is?
Yes.
Good. So what's here now, Bobby?
Mm. Open, grounded, quiet.
Okay. Beautiful. I love the space that you're in as well with that big tree behind you.
Mm. Thank you. I'm very lucky to be at a beautiful place on the East Coast and the beach. Yeah.
Awesome.
And thank you so much. Higher together. And
Yeah.
Lester like to say another word for love is allowing. Another word for love is togetherness. That always those words
Mm.
from him. I'm just like, wow. And again, in that
Yeah.
release I wanted to share was like more and more of a non-dualistic relationship with resistance, going back to your cleanup
Mm.
of
Mm.
like, what if this is love too? So like
Yeah.
resistance and, love in disguise, but really having that feeling of like dropping the label of the resistance and just allowing whatever's here to be really just quietly embraced. So thanks for that.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it,
Yeah.
Rhonda.
You're
Mhm.
welcome.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
you. Thank you,
Wonderful.
Bobby.
Thank you, everybody, for bringing your topics. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Bobby. All right, Tanya. Hi, Tanya. I can't hear you. Let's see. Are you unmuted? I can see you, but I can't hear you. Ooh, I'm hearing something.
Tanya, you're going to find the button in your lower left-hand corner of your screen. If it's a desktop, I'm clicking a button that says Ask to Unmute. That's the extent of what I can do to help.
It just popped in. I'm on my iPad, so that might make just a little bit of a difference.
I can hear you now.
Great, great. I also want to say thank you for the intro that you did, because I had a huge opening when I really heard you say the words, what if this is love too?
Mm.
And what I would like to talk with you about or release on is the fact that I'm trying to reestablish some level of communication with my son, who has finally come to take a look at his alcoholism.
Mm.
Part of that has been, part of his journey has been, I think it's sort of based in anger. It has been to blame And I've been on the receiving end of a lot of blame. And I hear what he says, and I understand where it comes from in part. But I also don't know how to get to the other side of not feeling just miserable about what he has to say. And, you know, I realize that he's battling a disease that is pretty intense for him. And I think I'm at peace with myself in this relationship. I always feel like I could do a little more work.
Yeah.
And when you said, what if this is love too? It was like, wow, what if this is love? And then how do you take it from there?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do some releasing specifically. I want to work with you directly. So when you think about your son and his struggle with alcohol and his blaming you for whatever it is, and you don't have to get into it, but I want you to think of, you know, an emotion that comes up for you around that.
Well, the overriding emotion is extreme sadness. And
Okay.
beyond that, when he is pretty vitriolic with me, I sense that I want to take flight, that I want to move away, that I don't want to talk, that I want to
Yeah.
remain silent, that anything that I say tends to, in the dialogue, tends to sort of kick me in the rear and
Yeah.
makes situations worse.
Okay. All right. Let's start with the feeling and then we'll come back around to that response that you have. So in this moment, could you welcome the sadness?
Yes.
And could you welcome the sadness even more?
Yes.
And I want you to welcome the sadness again, even more. Really open the door to that emotion. Allow it to be here now. Good. What if even this is love?
It's a total new way of looking at it. And when I hear you say those words, my throat opens, like maybe I could talk about it from that perspective.
Yeah, so could you welcome that, your throat opening?
Sure, yes.
And could you welcome any wanting, including any wanting to do something with or about the situation?
Yes.
And could you welcome the sense that it's personal, especially when he starts to blame or attack?
Yes.
And then could you welcome the love that all is?
Yes. Yes.
And could you rest as the love that you are?
Yes.
Okay. And then I want you to welcome that sense of like wanting to move away from him, not wanting to talk, not wanting to engage when he's in that space of attacking and blaming. Could you welcome all of that?
Yes. Yes. That comes up fairly easily. Yes.
Okay. And what if even this is love?
Yes.
And could you welcome whatever that brings up?
Yes.
Could you welcome any wanting, including any wanting to do something with or about it?
Yes.
And could you welcome any sense that that is personal? It's about how you want to respond to your son.
Yes.
And could you welcome the love that all is?
Yes.
Could you rest as the love that all is?
Yes.
And is there actually anyone, including you, including your son, who is apart from the one love?
No. No.
And so, as best you can, could you give loving acceptance to what is?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, what's here now, Tanya?
Definitely a level of new perspective, of greater understanding, and a lessening of tension in my body.
Okay,
I feel more
good. Good. Well, let's look at the tension for a minute. So what else is left over? What other tension is there? What are you experiencing?
well, when I talk to him, it's really hard for me not to jump into the sea of guilt.
Ah, yeah. I'm glad you identified that. Okay. So I want you to, let's do a release on the guilt.
Yeah, let's do it.
Is guilt bringing you a sense of peace?
No.
Is guilt getting you in life that which you want?
No.
So could you let it go?
Yes.
Would you let it go?
Yes. Yes.
When?
Right now.
Good. And you know how Hale feels about guilt. He says it serves absolutely no purpose whatsoever, except just to get more of the suffering if you want more suffering.
Right.
Yeah,
Guilt begets guilt. Begets guilt.
yeah. And so I highly recommend just keep releasing on the guilt as it arises, because it's like waves, right? I'm sure it
Right.
comes in,
Right.
in waves and sets. And so just as each wave or set comes, just keep releasing on it.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Yes.
And I'll answer your question. I'll email you.
Okay. Thank you.
I saw it there in the call.
Thanks. I appreciate it a lot.
You're welcome. Okay. Thank you, Tanya.
Namaste.
All right. I think Lorenz is up. So I think either Lorenz, you can unmute, or Stephen will help you unmute, I think. I'm not sure how that works.
Yes, I always need a bit for unmuting somehow.
Okay, no problem. Hi, Lorenz.
Yeah. Hi, Rhonda. Well, I'd like some help with facilitation on. I don't know, I'm dissatisfied with my just mental state.
Okay.
I feel pretty tense and distracted. It seems sometimes most of the day.
You said, what was the first word you said? Distracted, but what was?
Tense and
Oh,
distracted.
tense. Okay.
Yeah, restless and just I don't know. And I feel right now a lot of dissatisfaction and self-attack around that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, let's work on that. Let's release that, actually, not work on it. We're not going to work on it. We're going to release it.
Oh, we're not working.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Lorenz. All right. So I'll work with you directly so you can answer my questions,
Okay.
inquiry questions as I ask. And of course, everyone on the
Okay.
call, I'm sure, can identify and feel some of what you're feeling, and they can release along with you. So could you just
Sounds good.
welcome the dissatisfaction with your mental state? Just let it be here
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. It's yeah, definitely.
And when you think about your mental state,
Frustration. Yeah.
okay, when you think about the frustration with your mental state, which want are you most aware of? Wanting approval, control, security, separation, or oneness?
It's either control or approval.
Okay, so could you welcome wanting control and
It's
approval?
yeah, it's I would say approval
Okay, could you welcome wanting approval?
and control. Okay, I can't decide. Yeah. Okay,
That's
let's go
okay.
with both.
Let's
Let's
go
go
with
with both.
both. So could you welcome
Yeah.
wanting
Control and
approval?
approval. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And just for now in
Yes.
this, excuse me, just for now in this moment, could you let go of wanting approval in that way?
Yes.
Could you let go of wanting control?
In this moment, yes.
And this might be a stretch, but as best as you can, could you give this frustration or dissatisfaction with your mental state? Could you give it some loving acceptance right now?
Yeah, a lot of resistance coming up. So I can't let this go. I can't live like this. It's unacceptable.
So could you welcome all of that?
Yeah.
Good. Could you give yourself loving acceptance as you experience these thoughts and these feelings?
Yeah.
Good.
Some, yeah.
Good. That's very good. And what if even this is love?
Even the frustration, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. What even is love?
Right? Hey, Lester would say love is your true nature.
Ah.
And 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 so the I want to use your words, that's why I wrote them down and I'm looking at them. So the dissatisfaction, the frustration, the, distractibility,
Yeah. Ooh.
all of that is appearing in or on love.
Hmm.
It's making an appearance, but it doesn't take away anything from what you really are, which is love. So could you just welcome your true nature? Could you welcome love?
Okay, I know what you mean. I think, yeah, I have a sense of what you mean.
Okay.
Yes, I could focus on more on the true nature, yeah.
Yes. Right. And so could you welcome
Yeah, and the other stuff is on the surface of that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So are you
It's waves.
frustration or are you that which is aware of the frustration?
I could be open to being the awareness. But
Good.
even that question seems to bring up more resistance.
Okay. So
Yeah.
welcome the resistance.
Are you trying to say it's, well, whatever.
Right now, I'm
Yes.
just want you to welcome
Yeah,
that
yeah,
resistance
yeah,
that you
no,
feel. Welcome
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
resistance that you
yeah.
feel. And is resistance, I'm going to ask the same question I asked everybody else. Is
Mhm.
resistance bringing you a sense of peace?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. Are you
Quite the
getting
opposite, in fact.
exactly? You're not getting what you want in life.
No, and not in this area.
Right. And so the mind tells us that we're going to get by letting go what we already have by holding on.
Hmm.
And so just as best you can, it doesn't have to be perfect. Could you let go of some of that resistance?
Yes.
Would you let go of some of that resistance?
Yes.
And when?
Now.
Okay, good. And could you just open to the possibility that you are whole, complete, and enough?
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, just keep, as resistance comes up for you, Lorenz, just keep
Mhm.
opening to it. Just open, because then it
Open,
has
open, open. Okay.
it has nowhere to stick if you're just staying open. And
Hmm.
then just love it, that sounds weird, but love it as
Hmm.
best as you can. Just
No,
like,
it doesn't sound weird.
okay,
So,
good.
I
Love your
understand it.
resistance and love yourself experiencing the resistance. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Lorenz.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's
You're
very, very,
welcome.
very helpful.
Of course. And our time is coming to an end, which is perfect because we got through all the people that raised their hand. I'm really happy about that. And for those of you who didn't raise your hand, that's perfect too. And thank you for participating in the call. And it was very lovely spending this hour with all of you. I do want to just mention really, really briefly as we close here, I do hold a free monthly support call. It is on the first Monday of the month at 2 p.m. Pacific time. And if you want to email me, you can send me your email in the chat just now. We'll just hold it open for another minute or two. Send me your email in the chat, and I can send you the link to my free monthly support call. But it also gets posted in the WhatsApp, and it gets posted on the Facebook page until it gets taken down. But I will post it in the Facebook page. I will make sure it says free on it. And you should also be able to access it there. So it would be lovely to see some of you there whenever you want. Otherwise, thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Rhonda. And I would invite everybody else to unmute if they would just like to say goodbye to Rhonda.
Thank
you.
Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you,
You're
everybody.
welcome.
Goodbye. Have a good day.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Good to see you.
Bye-bye.